Survival games are plentiful in the marketplace today. However, if you're looking for some solid video games that are still just as fun to play with an active community in 2021, then we have you covered. In this video, we're going to be highlighting some of the best multiplayer survival games on PC you can enjoy right now. But before we start this video, please subscribe to my channel Games Puff and press the bell icon for more gaming videos. So without any further ado, let's start this video. The first game of this video is Craftopia. Craftopia is a pretty wacky survival game that throws a bunch of elements at players. You have building, hunting, crafting, farming, along with being a hack and slash title. Players can build up some automated systems to help aid them in different ways, like gathering food, or you could venture out to collect and tame animals. With that said, this is still an early access title, so we're really interested in seeing just what the developers end up bringing into this game down the road. Next up, we have Thehunter Call of the Wild. While this game is not necessarily a survival title, it's one worth pointing out because of the community. Thehunter Call of the Wild is a hunting simulation game, and one that the developers made to be as realistic as possible. Those that enjoy the thrill of the hunt will likely find quite a bit to enjoy from this title alone. Players can even join in together online and compete in different hunts as they bring in different trophy-worthy prizes. However, as mentioned, players within the community have brought out a survival component to this game. Next up, we have Dark and Light. Dark and Light is a bit of a supernatural game. In this game, players are an explorer wandering around this supernatural land full of mythical creatures and secrets to unlock. However, to survive, players will need to work hard in crafting, building, using weapons, and learning powerful spells. It's a title that's been in early access now for a few years, and the reception has been a bit mixed, but again, being in early access, the developers have the ability to make some adjustments to appease fans. Next up, we have Starbound. Starbound is another science fiction kind of video game. In Starbound, players find that they have wrecked their ship and have landed on a planet. To get home, players will need to build up their base and attempt to repair their ship. With that said, players can have a bit of fun by building up their bases and slowly colonize the planet. The survival element is a bit easy to manage, as all that you need to keep in check is your hunger level. When it comes to the gameplay, it's a 2D side-scroller that can be compared to the likes of Terraria. Number 5, we have Space Engineers. Those of you who enjoy space, exploration, and engineering may find Space Engineers to be a bit of fun. In this game, players are tasked with exploring different planets and outer space. It's all about building up different buildings and vehicles to keep your journey going. The building is one of the main focuses here as well, since hundreds of building blocks are already programmed and ready to be crafted. However, there are also programmable blocks to give players the ability to write small programs to be used within the game. Next up, we have Project Winter. Project Winter is a bit like Among Us, as it's a deception game with traitors among the group of players. Matches are set up with teams of 8 players, and the entirety of the group is stranded in the wilderness. To escape, players must work together and attempt to gather resources and complete tasks. However, among this team of 8 are traitors. These traitors are known to each other, but the group that is attempting to escape is oblivious. The role of a traitor, however, is to avoid being caught and foil the plans of escaping. Next up, we have Scum. Scum acts as a televised show that follows a group of prisoners who are forced into battling each other on an island for entertainment. For the most part, this is a battle royale video game where the last remaining player wins the game. With that said, there is a big focus on survival outside of combat. Players will need to keep track of their character stat levels, along with managing certain aspects, such as nourishment and metabolic rate. Currently, the title is available for players to try out under early access, so you may see some video game mechanics change up over the rest of the development course. Next up, we have Dead Frontier 2. Dead Frontier 2 is a game that you can play right now for free. It's a zombie survival game that offers an MMO component and a player-driven economy. Overall, players can complete objectives or just explore as they continue to level up their character, improve their skills, gather items, and be able to trade with other players for items that they need. Being an MMO, you can experience both PvP along with being able to join in with some friends and go through this game as a cooperative gameplay experience. Again, being a free-to-play video game title, there's nothing to lose here if you want to give the title a try. Next up, we have Eco. Eco is a game based around building up a civilization that can sustain itself against a large meteor. As you build up and grow a colony, your goal becomes not only to expand and make a world that can destroy the global destruction threat when the time comes, but also allow the natural ecosystem to thrive. Players can understand the effects certain industries may have on the world, so it's a balancing act to keep your colony in a healthy state, but to allow nature to coexist. Much like every game on this list, there is a cooperative gameplay mode, so you and your friends can work together and build up a unique ecosystem. The last game of this video is Astroneer. Astroneer is a pretty lightweight survival game, as you can find it more appealing as simply a title full of exploration. Players here are taking the role of astronauts that are exploring the different frontiers of outer space. From there, players can start to build up their custom bases while shifting the terrain to their liking thanks to a tool that can help shape, build and dig up the world. As mentioned, this is a title that's mainly focused on exploring planets, building up bases, crafting up new vehicles, or connecting creations. However, there is the threat of losing oxygen, but once you got the oxygen figured out, it's a pretty fun exploration game. So maybe it's a solid starter survival game to a friend that may not be as familiar with the genre. So that's the list of 10 best multiplayer survival games for PC that you can play in 2021. If you enjoy this video, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel Games Puff and press the bell icon for more gaming updates.